me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Fifi. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning subscriber, welcome back to the family, baby. So in today's video, I'm with here my sister Tiffany on her Instagram and all her other socials, so you can follow her. And so on today's video, basically, like I said, we are my sisters here. We're doing like a sister tag high school edition. So I'm just gonna be asking you questions. We're gonna have a chit chat, talking about life and how things have been. A bit just a young catch up, just so we can establish something, so you guys can understand how things are going in our lives and all that. So yeah, first things first, what's our age difference? It's 9 years.
Let's go.
Wait.
It's 8 years.
Oh, it is. Apparently it's 8. I didn't know that.
Why?
I actually just found out that yesterday because I was calculating and I'm like, so it's 8 years.
It's 8 years. Guys, she's been her whole life.
Whole time.
She's been thinking it's 9 years.
On God.
8 years.
On God. I've been thinking that it's 9 years. In any case, it's fine. It's 8 years. But Oksala, when you were crawling, when I was going to school, you were born. I was already standard 3 when you were born.
But still, like,
meaning to say, I am older. That's how things were age made. I don't understand who and where and when that was made a confusion in her brain. Worry, I am her age mate. Just because she said that doesn't mean that we're age mates. Please, let's fix that. In any case, that's our age difference, and yeah, how do we relate with each other? So basically, for a very long time, I've always seen my sister very young, like she's a kid. Yeah. So personally, this thing like having to talk about feelings with a 10-year-old, I'm just like, what do I talk about the 10-year-old? So she came home and I was actually shocked to see that she's matured so much. Like, we can have real conversations and just the vibe is great. So I just add a clip here to show you how things went by, my reaction to her coming and everything else. I'm gonna pick up my sister at the airport, so yeah, wait and see what's going to happen. Honestly and truly, it's too early for me, yeah? It's like 6. But in all honesty, we don't have any choice. So you haven't seen my sister in 3 years. And yeah, I can't even believe I'm gonna see my sister. But in any case, I'll show you guys everything, how I'm gonna get there and how I'm gonna see her, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. So that was my reaction after having seen her. I was so happy, and yeah, things have changed over the years, to be honest. The way we communicate, the things we talk about, we can sense that there's growth from both sides. So how do you find out communication? Do you think we should work on it, or what's going on?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more, like, even though I might have schoolwork and stuff, but like maybe at least have like some time to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And it's taught me, going out, it's taught me a lot, rely on yourself, and love yourself, guys. One thing you should do is to love yourself. It's one thing. Mental health first, then boys.
Yeah.
School, boys.
In that order. So yeah, we've had so many, there's differences in our age gap has really caused a lot of bad communication. But as a result, we have had to sit down and talk about it, that you need to understand that this is how things work in my perspective, because I am also young. I'm a young person, and I can only advise what I can.
Yeah.
So when I see that things need to be made right, I set her down. I call her. I'm like, girl, what's going on? Can you explain to me? Because I've grown up having this mentality, or rather, we all have this mentality that when someone has done something, like especially as someone in the family, you have to go hard or start shouting at them. But I've learned to just keep quiet and cool off, and then have a conversation with her. So that's how we deal with things, really. So how are you finding living far away from home? It's been how many years since you've left home?
Since I left home?
Like since you left going to high school?
It's been almost 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
So how are you finding the life? Because I know you shifted from living in the dorm to living with, a family. How are you finding the transition?
It's actually...
Is it,
It's much better. It's like I'm just home, It's not like I'm at school. It's more like, giving home vibes. So I won't miss home that much, but I would still miss them. So.
Of course. Yeah, I feel it's the same thing. I think in terms of freedom, it's always a thing of you need to know how to strike a balance in with your personal life, school life, knowing when to go out and have fun and be wild. And also think one thing about my sister and I, what we've established, or what we're trying to establish, is that I always try to tell her to live her life, but also have limits with it, especially with friends, also with the whole going out type of thing. It's always a limit to it. But she's very mature. Whenever we talk, I'm always so shocked as to, excuse me, ma'am, how do you know these things? But
it's called growing up.
But in any case, it's really good to see. I'm so proud to see that she's grown and she's matured into the young woman she is today.
Okay.
Now let's talk about boys. First of all, we've never really talked about boys, right?
About boys that much, yeah.
Yeah, it's always her telling me the crushes she has, or the boyfriends she has, or just in passing.
Yeah.
It's never a thing of we've actually talked. What do you think about boys?
Boys, there's one thing I should tell you, is that you have to minimize you talking to boys. And you can be friends with boys, but at least just know that school first and boys, because guys, school, boys, that's the order. Mental health.
I feel like she's not telling us something. What are you not telling us? What is it about boys that you find how did you come to the conclusion that it should be school first and then boys? I mean, we know that growing up, we're taught you have to go to school, then you can get married or get a boyfriend. In your opinion, why do you think it's important, I need to first do school and then follow boys? What's been your experience in that?
So my experience has just been, if you cloud your mind with all these relationships and stuff, you won't be able to focus in school. Okay, I'll give an example of how you'd probably be having some school activities, and just you think about, this guy, he's doing this for me and stuff, and you're just there in class, physics, and you're just there thinking about romance. Hey, my guy, we're talking about the solar system, and you're talking about what a boy. Okay, minimize. Huh?
Yeah, that
minimize.
Reduce.
You could have a boyfriend, but there's a but. You need to know how to balance these two.
And for me, I never had the chance to talk to someone about me and boys.
Oh yeah.
Because as the first born, who do I talk to? So I just turn to my friends. We always talk about boyfriends. I ask her, so what is he doing? How is he acting? Is he
treating you well?
Is he on the right path? Because if not, I'm gonna take a flight and go to a beach at
I catch another flight
and beat that gym there. How do you find friends? How have you made? How do you navigate friendships?
So there's one thing that you should know and have as friends. Okay, you can have friends that you talk to, deep stuff. You can talk to them about anything. You can have friends, who just vibe with.
Groove for fun.
For groove, exactly. Yeah. So these friends that you have to really keep them, because friends, if you lose friends, that's it. And one thing I appreciate is that having friends, you can relate to them and stuff. And one thing I regret about leaving also, I left most of my friends here, and because of leaving them, I lost contact with them. I wasn't in touch with them anymore, and I wasn't able to. When I came back, it was really hard to go back to them and start a new friendship. Starting over again, it's tough. So yeah.
Like, one thing you should know is that friendships are like a season.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
the friends that are gonna come, they're gonna go. And it's a normal thing. You don't have to keep up with. Even for me, having to reconnect with people from when I came home, it's hard. It's so hard to reconnect with people. Now that I'm home, I'm here, I'm seeing people. It's hard to reconnect because I'm here asking myself, where do I start? And I feel like it shouldn't be a forced thing. If now someone knows that you're home and you're here, it shouldn't be a thing of all the time you have to reach out to them. They should also be actively doing the part. They're doing their part as a friend. So yeah, how is your mental health? How are you finding dealing with mental health and stuff?
One thing you actually need to do and need to protect is your mental health. Because I've learned a lot dealing with mental health. And I just feel like just making sure that you take care of your mental health is the most important thing you can do, because mental health is just one important thing that you need to take care of. And if you destroy it, that's it, because depression is real. It's real, guys, and you need to really take care of your mental health, because if you do, everything is just gone. And yeah,
if you don't do it, if you don't take care of your mental health, everything goes.
Everything just
you kind of lose yourself. And I feel like I would say Africans, we take mental health like very easy. It's like you probably lose a friend, or you fail at school and you're like, I'll do better. We've learned how to be resistant, how to resist pain, how to resist painful thoughts or anything to do with stress. And in doing so, you see how our mothers have come up to be strong women, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's just that sometimes it's okay to not be okay, and in so doing, we need to know how to navigate that. So one thing I appreciate that both her and I are doing is we are speaking to therapists that are taking us or putting us into the right path. And I usually tell myself that I wish I would have started when I was her age. I would have made better choices. I would have done things differently. But with having that in place, I feel like it's a very important thing to do. So my advice to you is get therapy, guys. It's very important, and a very serious note.
Even though you might have those kind of African parents who just talking to them about having depression, they're like, what's depression?
When your fridge is full.
You have a place to sleep. What's depression?
When your fridge is full.
Just like, guys, the thing is, one thing I appreciate about our parents is that they're very supportive about this whole thing. Like, we didn't have to discuss a lot about it. You just tell them this and that, and they acted. In
terms of mental health, yes, we are really working on it, both individually and also as sisters, trying to see how we can help each other in whatever way we can. Because I've been in the agency currently is in, and I've also learned a couple of things. So along the way, I try to make sure that we don't repeat the same mistakes. You get the point. So that's how we're navigating our mental health. And how's your spirituality?
Well, I feel like it's on track, and I need to keep it on track, because one thing you need to have firstly is relationship with God, and make sure it's like this, because
nearly to my baby,
you know like that. It has to be like this. And one thing that I know of is that, and appreciate, is that being able to be raised in an area where you can be able to express your religion and have people who you connect with easily about God and just pray about, and you're able to go to church and stuff like that. So yeah, I appreciate being able to be raised in an area where, you know, I'm able to practice my religion and be closer to God.
But now that she's older now, she can reason with me.
Yeah.
We are really getting somewhere in terms of when we talk about things. You know, when I listen to her talk sometimes, I'm like, is this my sister? You're joking.
Like,
please repeat yourself again. I don't understand you, you know. And it's really been, it's a great journey that we're going through. I really hope we can nurture our journey. We can move places. I really hope this sisterhood we have is for life. Like, we don't let anything come between us, you know, because we know of siblings that are not having good connections because of life. But I really want us to nurture ours and try our best to really strive. I know that sometimes you're far apart and sometimes we live life happens, but one thing that's important is we need to have each other's back.
That's on period.
So yes, guys, that's the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment in the comment section if there's anything you want to share or an advice you want to give us, or anything you just want to say in the comment section. Really and truly, just put it down there.
Have part 2.
We will have a part 2 soon. Thank you guys, and see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye guys.